I'd like to introduce you to some of those people tonight. Rebecca Johnston is all about her family.
Brian, me, Nathan, Marley, Ethan, Gabriella, Tallulah, and Jake. The thing I love about being a mom is just that how amazing it is that everything that you do shapes who they are. Okay. That's like molding putty in your hands. You just want to make sure you do the right thing every day. And
10 years ago, she bought a house outside the city so she could send her children to good schools. Now, with rising costs, it's getting tight. Her husband Brian works at a tire retread plant and needs to stand all day.
He has a torn ACL and meniscus that he walks around with every day. He was going to have the surgery in June, but we couldn't really afford for him to get the disability pay.
And so they put off the operation to take care of other things.
This is where our snacks would go. Gabriella, and then Nathan, and then my husband and I, and my daughter, and Ethan, my son. If they know that this is it for them for the whole week, then they will make it last longer. I think everybody feels the same way, that they'd like to see an end in sight to all the worry and the chaos of everyday living, trying to make ends meet. Okay, how much are we bringing in this week? How much is the car payment?
Hold him, Ethan, hold him!
When roughly can we pay this bill?
All across the country, I've met families just like Rebecca's, getting their kids to school, meeting their mortgage payments, fighting for their families.
It just keeps going up and up and up, and you know, and I can remember a time when I didn't have to worry about this stuff.
The company I worked for went broke. Before they went down, they used $19 million for the retirement. And when they closed up, I should have gotten about $1,500 a month from retirement. Right. I only ended up with $379 a month.
You earned your pension. You earned it. It wasn't a gift. You gave up wages so that money could be set aside for your retirement. But with her rheumatoid arthritis and other ailments, their medical bills have been rising.
I take 12 different medications per day. When Larry was working, all of that was covered. When he retired, I did not have medical insurance. And each year, it just got worse, worse, worse.
To meet their payments, they've had to take a loan on their house, and they're losing equity.
Larry is retired a total of 10 years, but 5 of those years, he had to go back to work.
Associate salesman. In other words, I just sell stuff, that's all. I'm 17.
Juliana Sanchez is a widow with 2 children and a mortgage. Her parents, Richard and Francis, were both educators. Like her family, Juliana's devoted her life to giving her daughter, Jessica, and son, Adam, a good education. Every morning, she's up before the sun.
I work in a school for at-risk kids.
Good morning. How
A lot of the families here go through extreme financial hardships.
It's about time we see you. Are you going to stay?
At the end of the school day, her work is only half done.
Come on, baby. Jump in.
She works for a healthcare company taking care of Shelley, a 7-year-old with special needs.
Most of us that are educators, we all have second jobs.
The answer lies in your hands. Effective teaching starts here.
And to advance herself and develop her skills, she takes teacher training classes.
Financially, the pressure is just to keep your head above water so you don't feel like you're drowning all the time. Healthcare, food, electric, gas, it takes out so much out of my paycheck. You go buy a gallon of milk and you're like going, okay, is it a gallon or a half gallon? What can I afford? You feel like you can't breathe even though you need to breathe.
Thanks for the moon and the stars up above, but most of all, thanks for the family I love. Look, that little girl's a ballerina. That's what you want to do, ain't it? I work for Ford Motor Company at the Kentucky truck plant. I'm a third-generation Ford employee.
When manufacturing spread to towns across America, it brought jobs and a way of life. Working-class families could buy their first home and a piece of the American dream. Mark Dowell and his wife Melinda have worked at the local plant for most of their adult lives. Recently, the plant cut back Mark's work to every other week. Now they're struggling to make ends meet.
2409.
His grandfather Harold and father Carl each worked over 30 years and received full retirement benefits.
It was a lot better time back then. People felt like they had security in their jobs.
In July, Melinda was laid off after 8 years on the job.
From the day I was born, I've been tied to Ford. So this is all I know is Jay in. Hey Jay, this is Mark Dowd calling from the union. How are you? If a plant shut down here in Louisville, it would just be devastating. People would lose their homes, restaurants and retail stores. Lose business because people wouldn't have the money to shop. Thanks for your support. All right, bye-bye. I feel like we're all in the same boat. We all got to pull together, and if we don't, we're going to lose America as we once known it.